I'm Sharon Sullivan, obviously, and we're here at Retrofest at Newbury, and I'm joined today with Derek Mead, who is one of the DJs here. He's absolutely brilliant, and he actually goes on set before I do my set with the dancing, and he gives the history of Northern Soul in 2 sections, and it's absolutely fascinating. It really is. So here is Derek, and we're just going to have a little chat with him. Thanks very much,
everyone.
Derek.
Thank you. Yeah.
So Derek, I mean, I've seen you at Retrofest. I've seen what you do with the music. You explain everything that went on in the day, about the Twisted Wheel when it closed and the music that was played, and everybody is absolutely fascinated by it. I mean, I've heard you do this before, and it's just absolutely amazing. And I wish I'd have got it on film because it is so good. So tell us a little bit about you, Derek.
Don't call me Dave.
Dave.
I hate it when you call me Dave. Well,
it's not what you said last night.
I don't care what you call me when it's like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm just a soul fan, really. I've been a soul fan for, I don't know, 13, 12, 14, whatever it was, before anything was called Northern Soul. And when we used to go out, it just used to be soul nights out.
Yeah.
And there'd be a right mix of music, Motown, there'd be an odd slow record, a bit of ska, everything, 60s, Atlantic, you name it, it was being played. But you dig a bit deeper if you really get into it. And I found this other sort of music, which I heard about. I used to read a magazine called Blues and Soul, and there used to be articles in there about this Northern Soul, and but it was all up north. It was like Wigan, Stoke, Manchester, and to come from Aldershot, being 16-year-old, to go across the other side of the world, it seemed like, if you're going up north. So it took me a long time to get there, really, considering we made a concerted effort to get to the Torch, only to read that the Torch was shut down.
Wow.
So the week before in Blues and Soul we found out the authorities had shut that down, as they've shut down most of the venues that we go to.
Yeah.
But I ended up going to Wigan for the first time, just as the first anniversary, so that would have been 74.
Yeah.
And I just lost myself there. I didn't fit into normal discos and things like that, and I just disappeared onto the floor. And for 8 hours, because it used to be 2 till 8 then, I just was away. I didn't buy records, I bought records that I liked, wasn't a collector or anything like that. I was a dancer, I loved it, I just lost myself totally. And I just kept on going. I ended up having about an 18-month break from Wigan, and I went back. I started running coaches up there from the south. It had taken off by now. And we used to go to St Ives in Cambridgeshire, Yate, which was our southern all-nighter down near Bristol, Wigan, and all the other places. And I just got immersed in the culture and the people. I even tried living up north once. Went Ashby under Lyme. Ashton under Lyme. Ashton under Lyme. And there was still a pit there then, so that's how long ago. But I ended up coming back down south, and it's just been what I do ever since. And in recent years, when I've retired from grown-up work, I got a record shop now. I also own Beating Rhythm in Manchester, another shop. And for my sins, I buy and sell the records as well as DJ all over the place. I'm pretty lucky, really.
You are lucky, but you do such a great job. I mean, you were on stage before, and I just said, what you play for those people out there is just absolutely, it's sort of, I can't even put it into words. It's so good what you do. It's so good because not only do you DJ, you give them all this information. You give them the information of where that record was played, and what happened to that place, and the people who went there. You give the whole history of it, and it's just absolutely fascinating. No other DJ does that.
Well, in fairness, I DJed at Stoke Kings Hall 2 weeks ago. You don't have time to do that.
No.
I mean, it's in your face and you play it. But here, there's a lot of people that don't know what it is. Just finding out about it. And I remember what it was like for me, and I remember the records that I got excited about, and that's what I play, and that's what I explain to people. Because back again when I was 17, I never knew none of this. There was no books, there was no internet to tell you about the records or anything, and I just learned it as I go on. You'd have thought I'd have grown up by now, though, really,
No,
wouldn't you?
we don't do that. We don't grow up. We don't grow up. That's the end if we do that. So Derek, this is putting you on the spot, what is your favourite record of all time?
Don't.
Isn't that awful?
Yeah,
It's a
I
terrible
can't.
question.
It depends what day of the week it is.
Give me 5.
All right, I'll give you a 5. Valentino's, Sweeter Than the Day Before. Reminds me of Mr. M's, which is in Wigan. And reminds me of Steve Whittle, great DJ in Mr. M's, him playing that. That's one of my favourite all-time records. I mean, there are numbers, but we just count on that one for now. And as I think of others, when someone puts you on the spot, you never get it. I will pop up with some titles every now and again. So.
I mean, that's good enough. I mean, I have to say, mine is not anyone can ask me any time of day, it'll always be the same thing. And it's Little Anthony and the Imperials, Better Use Your Head. And I just loved it. And then when I came off stage, you played it.
I know.
So
well, you taught all these people to dance to it. And it was a key record at Wigan. I played it.
I loved it. The first time I heard that at Wigan, I went out and bought it.
Yeah,
that was my first Northern Soul record I ever bought. Loved it.
One of my highlights in recent years, I saw Little Anthony appear at where were we? Blackpool Winter Gardens.
Yeah.
And he sung it, and it was just fantastic.
Come on,
it was just great, and it hadn't lost anything.
Yeah.
You know, there's a little old guy. I don't know how old he is, but I sat with him before he went on stage. And he went on there and he did it, and it was fantastic.
Doesn't he live in Vegas now?
I don't know. I never got to ask him where he lives.
He lives in Vegas now with his good lady, with his wife.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Oh, it's just
all these acts are, no matter what they look like, and you know, Tommy Hunt, who's going to be on later on, you know, he struggles to get on the stage. He'll do his thing, he'll sit down and he'll sing, but they all got the magic when the music starts. That's the difference.
It keeps them alive. This keeps them going. You know, I mean, when you're a performer anyway, that's what they live for, that's what they do.
Exactly.
That's what they've always done. You know, so I mean, it is what it is, isn't it?
No, I understand that.
So what's your favourite ever venue?
Casino. Wigan Casino. I mean, people slightly older than me would say the Torch, people before that would say the Will. The Casino was my time. Everyone has their time and their moment.
That was mine.
And it was Wigan. As I say, I went there from the start. Apart from a short break, I was there at the end, about the 3 last nights there. But yeah, it was the Casino, I have to say that. Yeah.
Did you ever go to Mecca?
Blackpool Mecca, yeah, Highland Room, yeah, I went there. That used to be on a Saturday night.
That's right,
But it wasn't an all-nighter.
No, it wasn't.
So we would leave there sometimes and then go across to Wigan. I had to get my fix of Wigan, to be quite honest, if you can put it that way. Anyway,
I went there from 75 the first time I went to Wigan. So we probably crossed paths.
Probably.
But you wouldn't have recognised me, I don't think, and I certainly don't think I'd recognise you either.
No, well, I didn't have always this gorgeous face.
Yeah, well, me as well.
I was young and very thin, I think. So yeah.
So was I.
You still are.
Get out. So sweet. So, as you see, know this all now, because obviously you DJ all over and everything, and you see these new people coming through.
Yeah.
What's your view on that? Because I know we've got the purists and all this kind of stuff, and I don't think you're like that, but you've got these who say we don't want the young guns coming in, we still want it underground and all that, but we're not in the 70s anymore.
No, that's gone. I mean, it was underground. Wigan took it overground, obviously, because it all got commercial, really. It went back underground again for a bit when Wigan shut down. But you need young blood. You need to keep this going. They're forever going to learn about music. It's forever going to be exciting. So you do need them, and they got to come in. They got to learn, just like we did. I'm all for it. And it's bigger now, Northern Soul, than what it ever was before.
Absolutely is.
Masses of weekenders, masses of nights everywhere in the country. So it's a big thing. It's mainstream.
It is. It's more mainstream as well because of the media, because they choose the records. They choose them because they're brilliant.
Yeah, exactly.
It sells.
You wouldn't choose a naff record,
exactly.
would you?
And I understand. I'm sort of like on the edge with this, I suppose, because I don't want it to be too commercialised, but I want it open to everybody. So it's a bit of a contradiction, really.
Well, not really, because you have clubs at different levels. Hard out and out all nighters for the old school hardcore, and then you got soul nights. And you progress through if you're going to go that far. I remember when the film came out, that brought a lot of fresh blood to the scene.
Yeah, it did.
But like anything, some of them are sightseers, and they come, they have a go, and they go away again.
Yeah.
But you are left with a fresh bunch of people.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what we like.
Yeah, and they keep the events going as well. You know, 'cause
exactly.
if it weren't for these people, you know, some of the people who were older than us,
Yeah.
are probably struggling now, you know, to get to these events and stuff. You know what I mean? And
But that is the other side. That's the good thing that's
Yeah.
happened in recent years. I mean, back in the day, there were no weekenders. There was an international soul festival in Leeds, but there were no weekenders, and now that makes it more accessible for people that can't do all night anymore. They
That's
can go in there, they get the wristband, they can come and go as they
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
They're there all weekend. That's great.
it's such a nice thing to see as
Yeah,
well when you
yeah.
see some of the older ones, I mean older than us, and they sit around and they clap and you
Yeah.
can see that the passion's still there.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden, like, you know, on a Saturday night, something will come on and
they'll go.
waddle the way up to the floor and they'll just do it, and it's the nicest thing to see.
It don't matter
It's
how old you
wonderful.
are, don't matter what you look like, doesn't matter what you dance like, so long anyone's interested in enjoying yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
Losing yourself in the music.
That's right. Absolutely. Long may it continue.
Yeah, fair enough.
Thank you so much, Derek.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure
always
talking to you.
nice
This is not something I do regular. I'm normally behind the microphone with no one next to me. So thank you very much.
It's
Thank
brilliant. Thank you. Thanks, Derek.
you. You're welcome.